Hello children, let me welcome you to the virtual class of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher. Children, we are in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic, and because of that we are not able to go to school, but that doesn't mean we are going to stop learning. So we are going to do many lessons which are very interesting from your textbook through the virtual class here. So let us do a lesson in English today. So come on children, let us start with a lesson in standard 7th English, and this will be the last lesson that you have in your English textbook for this year. That is, we will start with lesson number 4.6 in your textbooks, and the name of the lesson is Papa Panov's Special Christmas. Now children, look at the screen here. What do you see on the screen? You see so many gifts, and you see some Christmas trees, you see bells, okay, you see stars. That means this particular story is related to the festival of Christmas, and it is a story related to a person called as Papa Panov. Now who was Papa Panov and where he used to live and what was his story, we'll find out very shortly. So let us first try and understand what is Christmas. So we celebrate a number of festivals in our country. We celebrate Diwali, we celebrate Holi, Dashahara. Those are all festivals which Hindus celebrate. Now in India, we are a you can say religious nation. We have people from different religions, people speaking different languages, people having different cultures living together in our country. Alright, now we have a type of people called Christians. Our Christian friends, they are followers of the religion called as Christianity, and Christianity is based on the teachings of Jesus Christ. Alright, so our Christian friends, our Christian brothers and sisters, they celebrate the birthday of Jesus Christ every year. It comes on the 25th of December, and this particular day is celebrated as Christmas. So it was on the 25th of December that Jesus Christ was born, and that particular day we celebrate as Christmas. Okay, now on the day of Christmas, people decorate their houses just like we decorate our houses for Diwali. In the same way, Christians also, they decorate their houses. Can you see how beautifully they have lit up the place? Okay, and there is a very important part of Christmas, that is the Christmas tree. So you can see there the Christmas tree with lots of lighting and lots of gifts also hanging on it. And remember children, December is the month when it is very, very cold. Alright, so people, they prefer to stay indoors. They stay inside their houses. They pray, and then of course the family gathers together and they have feasts and they enjoy themselves. Okay, so Christmas basically is a festival of joy. It is a festival of giving. It is a festival of spreading happiness around you. And there is also one story which is associated with Christmas about Santa Claus. So there you can see Santa Claus. So it is said that Santa Claus comes on Christmas night and he distributes gifts to all the children. Okay, so he carries a big sack full of gifts. Can you see the sack there on Santa Claus's back? He is an old man with white beard and white mustache, and he wears a red coat. Okay, so you can see Christmas Santa there, and you can see the children so happy. And Santa, it is said that Santa comes very, very quietly, so no one will be able to see Santa. They will only be able to take his gifts. Alright, so this was about the story of Christmas. This is how Christmas is celebrated. So what is the true spirit of Christmas? The true spirit of Christmas is love. Alright, loving your family, loving yourself, loving your friends, loving your neighbors, loving people who do not have many things in life, people who are a little poor, people who are a little sick. Okay, so Christmas is about spreading love everywhere around you. Now let us talk about our story here. Now, our story is very, very closely associated with Christmas. So, in this particular story, we are going to talk about how Papa Panov celebrated his Christmas. And remember, it was a very special Christmas. So, we saw what people usually do during Christmas. They decorate their houses, of course, and they celebrate along with their family and their friends. They have a feast. But Papa Panov, he had a different kind of Christmas, and that Christmas was indeed very, very special. So let us see the story of Papa Panov's special Christmas. So now this is a story from a small village in Russia. It is from a Russian village, and as I told you, Christmas falls in the month of December. Every year on the 25th of December, we celebrate Christmas, and that is also a time which is very, very cold. So you can see here the entire place is covered with snow, covered with ice. But then there is no, you can say, lack of festivities. People have decorated their houses, and you can see how bright everything looks. So there is no lack of enthusiasm. The people are still joyful, the people are still happy that it is Christmas. Okay, now Papa Panov, he has a small shoemaker's shop. That is, he is the village shoemaker. Okay, now everywhere people are running around and people are arranging things for Christmas. There is a lot of laughter, there is a lot of chatter, people are so happy. Now Papa Panov, he also comes out of his shop to take one last look around, and what does he see? He sees bright lights, and he hears sounds of happiness. And also, one very important thing for Christmas or any festival is the food that we make. So he can also smell delicious smells, right? But Papa Panov, he is a little sad also. Usually he's very happy, but today, on this very happy day, he looks a little sad. Why is that so? Because Papa Panov is reminded of the Christmas times that he had in the past when his wife was alive. So now his wife is no longer there with him. She is gone away to God, and his children have also grown up and they have also gone away to live in another place. Alright, so he is a little sad now that he has to go home and he has to celebrate Christmas alone, but he doesn't mind. Okay, he goes home and he sits in his favorite chair, and then he decides that today I will read the family Bible. So he picks up the big old Bible, which is a family Bible, and he starts reading it. He starts reading the story of Christmas again from the Bible. He starts reading how Mary's little baby, that is Jesus Christ, was born in a cowshed. He reads the story of how Mary and Joseph, they are tired from their journey coming from Bethlehem, and they have found no place to stay, and finally Mary has to deliver the child, or Jesus Christ is born not in a hospital, not in a comfortable home, but in a cowshed. And Papa Panov was very sad now. He says that if the baby had come to live with me, if she would have been here, Mary would have been here, I would have given him a nice quilt, I would have kept him warm, and I would have given him some gifts also. So Papa Panov was feeling very sad that no one helped Mary that day. Okay, but then what he does, he tries to look around his house and he finds a pair of tiny perfect leather shoes. He said, if ever I have to see Jesus, I will give him this tiny pair of leather shoes. So he's thinking, he's dreaming, he's reading, and finally he falls asleep. He's very tired also, he's very old also, it is very cold. So finally he's reading and then he falls asleep. Okay, and as he sleeps, he has a dream. He dreams that Jesus has come to spend time with him on Christmas. So Jesus is also feeling bad that Papa Panov is alone, he has got no one to spend time with, and so Jesus decides to come and spend some time with Papa Panov. That is what Papa Panav sees in his dream. Okay, and then when he wakes up, he realizes that it was just a dream. But then in the dream, Jesus Christ has told him that you have been wishing that you could see me, Papa Panav. Then look for me tomorrow. It will be Christmas Day and I will visit you. So Papa Panav, what has Jesus told Papa Panav? That I will come and visit you on Christmas Day. But he also tells him that look carefully, for I shall not tell you who I am. He says, I will not come in this form. So I will come in some other form. So please be very, very careful. Please be very, very observant. But one thing is sure, I am going to come and spend time with you tomorrow on Christmas. Now Papa Panav gets up and he hears the bell ringing and he realizes, oh my God, it is Christmas Day. Okay, so he gets up, he walks around the room and he thinks about his dream. He wonders whether Jesus will really come, and if he comes, will he come in the form of a small baby, or will he come as a grown-up person, or will he come as a carpenter, or will he come as a king? So now he is starting to wonder. At the same time, he also remembers that Jesus Christ had told him that he should be very, very careful and observant throughout the day. So Papa Panav goes to the window and he starts looking around. He decides that I am going to look at each person carefully so I can recognize Jesus whenever he comes. Alright, so Papa Panav, what he does, he tries to make some good coffee, and then he's thinking that I should wait for Jesus, so let me make some coffee for him, let me make some soup for him because it is very cold. And then he starts waiting for Jesus. He starts looking out for Jesus. But does he see Jesus on the road? No. Then whom does he see? He sees a sweeper. So the street is completely deserted. No one is there in the street. No one is moving around. There is just one person on the street. And who's that? That is the road sweeper. Okay. Now he is looking miserable, this road sweeper. Why? Because it is so cold, isn't it? All of us want to be inside our houses when it is cold, when it is raining. We do not want to go out on the road. So this person is also feeling very cold, and he is very dirty also because he is sweeping. Alright, now Papa Panav, what does he do? He invites him into the house because the poor fellow was freezing outside in the cold. Can you see his face? He looks so sad. He looks so tired and he's feeling very cold also. So Papa Panav, he invites him into his house. He says, come in and have some hot coffee to keep out the cold. So imagine how nice this person must have felt. The sweeper looked up and he could not believe his eyes and his ears. He could not believe that an old man was inviting him in to have a cup of coffee. He immediately went into Papa Panav's house and Papa Panav poured him a cup of hot coffee. And this boy, what did he do? He held the cup with both his hands. Okay, now his hands were so cold that he held the cup with both his hands and he started sipping or drinking the wonderful coffee. Papa Panav again started looking out of the window, and this old man and this sweeper asks him, are you expecting someone, Papa Panav? He says, yes, and I hope he comes. Having said that, the sweeper goes away. Now Papa Panav starts preparing some cabbage soup for his dinner. After preparing the soup, he again goes and starts looking out of the window. Now even we do it when we are supposed to, when we are expecting a guest to come. What do? We go and stand near the door. We go and stand near the window looking out for the guest to arrive. So Papa Panav does the same. What does he see? Does he see Jesus? No, again, he doesn't see Jesus. Then whom does he see? See, he sees a young girl with a baby walking the cold street. Imagine the kind of cold it must be there. Can you see it is ice all around? The girl's face is also covered with ice. And look at the baby. It doesn't even have a proper clothing to cover it. Okay, the girl was walking very slowly and quietly, and she was hugging the walls of the shops and the houses. Why? She was taking support to walk. She was looking very, very tired. Alright, and her face was so sad, and even a baby's face was very, very sad. The baby was also looking very tired and ill. That is when Papa Panov calls them into his house. He says, "Won't you come in?" He called. "You both need a warm by the fire and a rest." He said, "You need to relax by the fire and you need to rest for some time." Now the girl is again very happy. Okay, because someone has offered her shelter on this cold morning. She also goes into Papa Panav's house happily. Okay, see, there is a fire burning there and there is a nice warm place for her to sit. Papa Panav also gives her baby some milk to drink. So she is very, very relieved and she is very, very happy. And her heart, in her mind, in her heart, she blesses this dear old man, Papa Panav. Okay, what does he do? I told you, he offers some warm milk also to the baby. See, he's bought the milk in a bowl and with a spoon, and he feeds the baby. He took the milk also from the girl's hand and he starts feeding the baby also. Now he notices that the baby had no shoes on in this cold weather. So when it is very cold, children, you need to cover your head, you need to cover your hands, you need to cover your feet. So this particular baby, it did not have shoes when it is so cold. His mother could not buy him a pair of shoes. You will also see that the baby's feet had become blue with the cold. Okay, the blood circulation in the feet had stopped because of the cold. Immediately, Papa Panov, he remembered the tiny pair of boots that he had, the ones which he was supposed to offer to Jesus Christ. He immediately went and he offered the shoes to the young mother. And then you will see that the young mother, she put the shoes onto the baby, and then it fit the baby perfectly also. And the baby was so happy that it started gurgling with joy. Can you see, the baby is very happy? Why? Because it has got a nice pair of shoes, and now her feet will be warm. So the baby is very, very happy. And the girl, she blesses Papa Panov. She says, "You have been so kind to us. May all your Christmas wishes come true." And therefore she also goes away. Now Papa Panov goes back to waiting for Jesus. He again starts looking anxiously up and down the street. Now there were a lot of people walking around on the street, but they were all people whom he knew. Jesus Christ was nowhere to be seen. But he saw a number of beggars, okay, walking down the street with no money, no home, no food. So he called all of them and he offered them some bread and soup. He gave all of them bread and soup. He did not see Jesus, but Papa Panov fed a number of beggars that day. Okay? After this, again he goes back and he waits for Jesus. It is almost evening now, and Papa Panov is tired of looking at the door, and he cannot even see the people outside now because it is dark. Some people have gone in, okay, into their houses. Now Papa Panov, he goes and he sits down on his armchair and he says, "Oh, it was a dream after all. Jesus had not come." So he knew that Jesus will not come and it was just a dream that he had seen. But then suddenly he realized that he was not alone in the room any longer. So who was there with him in the room? Can you see? You can see the lady with the baby. You can see the old beggar that he had fed. You can see the sweeper. And you can also see the presence of something which is divine. Can you see? A kind of a light. So Papa Panav suddenly realized that he was not alone. And as each of them passed in front of his eyes, they whispered, "Didn't you see me, Papa Panav?" Papa Panav was very, very surprised. He said, "Who are you?" And that is when he remembered the voice of Jesus. Jesus was telling him, "I was hungry and you fed me. I was naked and you clothed me. I was cold and you warmed me. I came to you today. In every one of those, you helped and welcomed." Okay, so God is saying that you did not help see me directly, but you saw me in each of my creations. When I was hungry, you fed me. That is, when you fed the beggar, you were indirectly feeding me. When you gave clothes to that, when you gave boots to that poor baby, you were actually giving clothes and boots to me. When you offered hot coffee to the sweeper, you were giving me that hot coffee. Suddenly, Papa Panav realized, and a great peace and happiness seemed to overflow the room. It used to be, the room was filled with a kind of peace and happiness. And Papa Panav's heart was also overflowing with happiness. He wanted to sing and laugh and dance. So he did come after all, was all that he said. Okay, so Jesus had indeed come to visit Papa Panav. So see, wasn't Papa Panav's Christmas indeed very special? Why? Because the person's birthday whom he was celebrating, who the whole world celebrates, had come to meet Papa Panav himself. There is also a moral that you can take from the story, children. Papa Panav served people who were in need, and that is as good as serving God. Okay, so there is a very important thing that we learn from this lesson, and what is that? It is service to humanity is service to God. If you want to make God happy, serve your fellow beings. Be of use to the people around you. So how will you do it? Try to help people in need. You will see many people who are poor, who are hungry, okay, who are not able to afford things for themselves. Especially in this pandemic situation, you will see many people who are hungry, who don't have money. Try to help them in whichever way possible. Not only with money, not only with food, sometimes you can also help support, you can offer comfort to someone to make their lives better. Okay, if you speak a kind word to someone, immediately their lives will become happier than before. So try to support the people who are there with you. Try to help your friends, try to help your neighbors, try to help your relatives. Try to emotionally support them, if not always giving money. Okay? And also, the most important thing, be kind to animals also. Animals are also a creation of God. So be very kind to animals. You should not hurt any living thing, whether it is a small animal or a big animal, whether it is a domestic one or a bird or a cat or a dog or whichever animal. Try to be of help to them. If you can't help them, at least do not hurt them. Okay? So this is the moral that we learn from this story of Papa Panav and his special Christmas. Okay? So hope you loved the story, hope you understood the meaning of the story, and hope also you took away some learning from the story. That you have to be kind, you have to always help people at all times. Now we have just one exercise, children, in this particular lesson, and that is about homophones. So let us look at this exercise. So write the homophones. Now what are homophones? Words which sound the same are called as homophones. Okay? Now there are some words in this particular story. You are supposed to try and find out the homophones of these particular words. So come on, let us get started. So see, N-O, no, and K-N-O-W is also no. So see, both these words, they sound the same. They may have different spellings and their meanings are also different, but they sound the same. Homo means same. Phones means sounds. So two words which have the same sound, which sound same to your ears, are called as homophones. So no and no are homophones of each other. Let us look at the other examples here. So you have dear and dear. So one dear means someone who is very close to you, and the other deer is the animal deer. Alright, then you have here, here. So see, one here is here, this place. Alright, you say na, come here. So come to this place. And the other one is here, that means to listen. Make use of your ears and listen to what someone is saying. Here. Let's look at the next one. It is went and went. So one went means someone went. The past tense of go is went. And the other vent means a small exit or a small hole through which air can pass. Vent. Okay. The next one, pair and pair. Now just ignore the number. Everything is one. Don't worry. Okay. We are not worried about the counting, but we are worried about meanings. So pair, you say pair means jodi. So you say a pair of shoes, a pair of scissors, a pair of socks, a pair of gloves. Okay, that is jodi. And the other one, pear, it means a fruit. Pear, something which looks like a guava. Okay, next one is new and new. So here the first one, K-N-E-W, new, means the past tense of know. Okay, know, new means किसी चीज को जानना, and new means something which is new, something which is not old. Let us go to the next three now, the last three here. So you have through and through. One through means to go through something, make way through something. Alright, beach se, like you say. And the other one is through, the past tense of throw, fenkna. He threw the ball, he threw a stone. Okay, so you have through, T-H-R-O-U-G-H, through, and T-H-R-E-W, through. The second last one, you have soul and soul. S-O-U-L, soul means our spirit, our atma. S-O-U-L, soul. S-O-L-E, soul could be the part of your slipper or your chappal or your shoe which touches the ground. The sole of your shoe. Okay, so you have soul could also have some other meanings, S-O-L-E, soul, but we will look at just one meaning here now because we are highlighting the meaning of homophones. So what are homophones? Homophones are words which have the same sound, but then their meanings are different. Okay, so soul means atma and soul means a part of your shoe or your footwear. Coming to the last one here, you have whole and whole. So W-H-O-L-E, whole means full. So I will have the whole chapati, means I will eat the entire chapati. I will not give even a small piece to anyone. Whereas H-O-L-E, whole, means when there is a part of something which is missing. For example, you say there is a hole in her dress, or there is a hole on that curtain. Okay, so that is whole. So now I hope you understood what the meaning of homophones are. So what have we done today? we have seen the beautiful story about being a good human being. We have seen Papa Panov's story, in which he has a dream. He himself is very lonely because his wife is not there now with him. His children are not there now with him. He's very lonely. But he doesn't sit and cry over his problems. He tries to make life better for other people. And he waits for God to come and meet him. Okay, God has promised him in his dreams that I will be coming and meeting you today on this Christmas Eve. But he keeps waiting for God. At the same time, as he's waiting for God, he also goes ahead and helps people who are in need. He feeds the hungry, he gives clothes and shoes to the poor. Alright? So he makes himself useful, and that is how God becomes very, very happy with him. And what is the message that we learned from this lesson? We learned that service to humanity is service to God. So if you help a human being, in a way, directly or indirectly, you are helping God. So children, that was the last lesson, lesson number 4.6 in your English textbook, Papa Panov's Special Christmas. So hope you enjoyed the story of the lesson. And so this is the last video which I will be putting up for your Standard 7 syllabus this year. Thank you so much. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learnt a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.